Some of the most colorful and fascinating marine fish are ideal for a specialized aquarium called the Fish Only with Live Rock or FOWLR setup. A FOWLR aquarium lets you display fish found on the reef without also keeping delicate corals or invertebrates. The FOWLR setup is also ideal for aggressive or larger species like tangs, large angels, puffers, and triggerfish. Let's watch as we guide you through the setup of a Fish Only with Live Rock FOWLR aquarium.
To get started, locate the aquarium in a suitable location, away from direct sunlight and drafty rooms. Use clean water to rinse your aquarium or clean it out with a damp cloth. Add a background to mask the cords that will be hanging on the back of the aquarium. This also adds depth and a backdrop for your live rock and fish. We've chosen a wet-dry filtration system with a protein skimmer for this setup. Install the wet-dry unit underneath the aquarium according to the manufacturer's instructions, as well as the overflow unit that hangs on the back of the tank. Plumb the overflow to the wet-dry filter according to the manufacturer's instructions. Next, install your water pump in the sump area of the wet-dry filter. Place the protein skimmer into the sump area as well. The model we're using requires no additional plumbing or pump. Next, prepare your salt water. Fill a 55-gallon container with clean water, preferably filtered through an RO unit, and add a dechlorinator, such as Stress Coat. Add salt mix to the water according to the manufacturer's directions. We also suggest you use a saltwater mixing kit because it includes a power head to move and mix the water and tubing to transport the water to the aquarium. Use a hydrometer to read how much salt is dissolved in the water. Your goal is 1.020 to 1.025 specific gravity. Next, rinse your live sand in fresh salt water and add it to the aquarium floor to provide a bed for your live rock. Use about 1 pound of sand per gallon of water that the aquarium holds. Fill your aquarium about half full with the prepared salt water. Next, rinse and sort your live rock before placing it into the aquarium. Live rock is the defining feature of a FOWLR setup. You can alter the size and shape of the rock with a hammer or chisel if you need to. Then, top off the aquarium with prepared salt water until it is at the level of your overflow intake. Add a biological additive to start the nitrification process. We're using Dr. Tim's One and Only. This begins 2 processes: curing the rock and cycling your aquarium. Start the overflow unit on the back of the aquarium. When the return pump is submersed with water, plug your equipment into a gfci outlet to start your filtration, but do not plug in your protein skimmer. Make sure your cords have drip loops. Add your heater and thermometer and turn the heater on. After 24 hours, plug in the protein skimmer and check your water temperature to see if your heater is set properly. An acceptable temperature range is between 72 and 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Finally, add your canopy and lighting, but do not turn on your lighting yet. During the curing phase, clean your mechanical filter often. Also, perform 50% water changes weekly and siphon out loose debris on the sand bottom. After 1 week, begin to test your aquarium's alkalinity, pH, ammonia, and nitrite. When water parameters are acceptable, perform another 50% water change. You may then begin adding your first fish. Make sure to acclimate them properly. It's best to add your fish 1 or 2 at a time to minimize the impact on your biofiltration. Over a 4-week period, we've added 3 spotted cardinals, 1 falco hawkfish, 1 sailfin algae blenny, 1 coral beauty angel, and finally 1 blue dot puffer. Once your aquarium is established, it is important to perform regular water testing and water changes as part of your aquarium maintenance. You can find out how by visiting our library of articles and videos online.